I hope you all enjoyed the first portion of the Cooks and Books show with the world renowned Smith sisters. They are just actually my mentors because of their story, their upbringing, and what they started, and how their business is now taken off globally. Is just a testimony of what anybody can do if they put their mind to it and just do it. You have to apply whatever it is that you want to come into fruition. And speaking of fruition, haha, everybody, I have Detroit's Jungle Juice Bar in the house tonight, and I'm going to read their bio and or some information about them. So here we go. Jungle Juice Bar in Grosse Pointe was a long time in the making. Co-owner Regina Hunter Coleman essentially turned a hobby lifestyle of her own into a business. For years, she had been juicing her own combinations at home. It began years ago when she discovered she had an allergy to an ingredient in vitamins. She still needed the vitamins, but was prevented from consuming vitamin pills as a result. Now, years later, Hunter Coleman, along with her niece Sarita Hunter, own Jungle Juice Bar in Grosse Pointe. Jungle Juice Bar offers a variety of fruit and vegetable smoothies, raw juices, coffee, fruit and vegetable chips, and a selection of sandwiches. With the desire to not create waste, the owners use all the portions of the foods, any remaining pulp for desserts, juice powders, and body products according to the company's website. Hunter Coleman says she began juicing years ago in order to get the appropriate vitamins and noticed that health benefits almost immediately came. Neither she or her husband have had a cold in years. Her energy level also increased, she said, describing it as more than a lifestyle. Without further ado, everybody, Urban Nation Radio, we're going to give it up for Jungle Juice Bar. Happy New Year, ladies.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. How are you? Now, you know the first thing that stuck out in my mind was not have a cold, because I work with kids.
Oh, yeah.
And keeping a cold is like the normancy for me.
You know what? When that article was written, that was a true statement. I hadn't had a cold in about 6 years. This is the key. You're going to be around germs. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be around kids. Wherever you are, they're airborne. Germs are in the air. You can't prevent having a cold. What you can do, though, is you can prevent you can keep your immune system strong. You can't prevent having a cold. What I was going to say is the way to do it is you can't avoid germs by not being around children, or you can't avoid germs because you want to keep your hands clean. All that helps, but it's in the air. So what you have to do is keep your immune system strong. So I've been in situations in corporate America where the entire office, the whole floor was out. They were out like a week or 2 weeks sick. I didn't get sick because when I noticed everybody started getting sick, I started juicing and taking care of myself, eating right, and getting enough sleep. I didn't get sick, and I teased my boss. I said, this is not fair. You all got a week, and in some cases 2 weeks off, and I still have to come to work. I want my vacation time. But, so if you do what you need to keep your immune system strong, those things won't affect you.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm like, wow, and I do like junk food. I mean, it's the Cooks and Book Show. So each week there's something different to taste. I love my sweets. And sometimes I get on the binge and I eat my healthy foods. And sometimes I must admit, I can do better. But you bought in some great items.
So you can have healthy food and not sacrifice taste. We have cheesecake. We have all types of goodies that won't cause more mucus to, for example, do you have children?
No, I don't have children of my own.
One of the things, parents will know this, if you have a child and the child gets sick or gets the flu or something, when they go to the doctor say, don't give them any milk. Minimize the milk intake. And that's because they know that the animal byproducts like milk and cheese, it promotes mucus in the body.
Okay.
Yeah, so there are desserts and things that we make that don't have the animal byproducts, and you still have the taste and the flavor without the problems that go along with eating some of the animal byproducts.
So, are you a vegan or are you a vegetarian?
I'm about 99% 99% vegan. My thing is trying to keep my weight. And so I'll eat certain things because I lose weight. I exercise, I'm really active. So, and the foods that I eat don't put weight on you. So I'll eat some bread sometime. And when I do eat cheese, I suffer. It's not even worth it anymore. I suffer from cheese. So, but I'll eat breads and products that may have maybe cheese or milk in it, like the breads, and so I wouldn't be considered 100% vegan. It's kind of difficult, for example, this past Christmas, you go to the family, dinner, and you got all these things around you, like my sister made a sweet potato pie or something like that, and she probably had things in there that I wouldn't normally eat. So yeah, but I'm about 95% vegan.
So just talking, it started from just a natural habit that you just started, and then how did the business actually come to fruition?
Well, I of course I turned a lifestyle. The lifestyle wasn't, I didn't wake up one day. Well, I did stop eating meat just to stop, but for health reasons. But the juicing and everything came about because I got tired of getting colds and getting sick, and I didn't have energy, and the vitamins weren't working. So I had to figure out and research things because the doctors were giving me stuff that made me sicker. I'd have all these reactions to the medications and stuff. Iron tablets, you get iron poisoning, you get constipated. So what they were giving me was making me sicker. So I had to figure out a natural way to maintain my health without doing the medications or whatever. And so juicing it worked like a charm.
Okay. And this young lady right here, this is your niece,
Sarita.
Hi. Okay, so how does it feel? First of all, you're very young.
Actually, she's not.
I'm not as young as I look.
Okay, you look like one of my students.
No.
So another reason why I need to get more into juicing then, huh?
We had
This
a
is
perfect shot
woman.
for you.
She's a married woman.
You should come and
Tell
get the
your age,
wheatgrass
Rita.
shot.
Wow.
Tell her your age.
I'm 32.
Oh my goodness, sweetheart.
I'll be 33 this
She
year,
looks about 12.
actually.
You look about, I'm telling you, you look like a sixth grader in
Yeah.
my classroom. You
Yeah.
are beautiful.
Oh,
But
thank
tell
you.
me, what made you and your auntie say, let's get this started?
Like she said, it was a lifestyle for her, and actually she turned me on to juicing. I would go over to her house and she would have all these different combinations and try this and try that. And so we would have what I like to call juice parties on the weekend. And so we would go to the fruit market and buy up a whole bunch of different things, and then we would go back to her house and we would just throw in a whole bunch of vegetables and some fruit, and it tastes great. And so she came up with the idea. She was like, what do you think about starting a juice bar? She was like, would you be willing to help me out? And I said, yeah, let's do it. Let's go for it. So it was something, I heard you speak about a vision board earlier. So it was a vision, and it was something that we made come reality.
Yes, you did. And 2 years in existence, you all opened in 2013, and this is the second year. Yay!
Yay! I know. I hear the second year is like you make it past the 2-year mark. You're in the you're in the home stretch then.
When people come into the Jungle Juice, what kind of experience do you want them to leave with, or knowing coming into this place?
Somehow, somewhere out there in our culture, people got the impression that eating healthy, you can't enjoy your food if you eat healthy.
Yeah.
People think I live this strict life and I don't enjoy my food. I'm like, no, I eat very well. The difference between me is what I eat. It doesn't make me sick. I have flavor. My food is flavorful. I grew up on a Southern diet, but I looked around me and so many relatives, family members, friends, if they're not deceased, they're sick. Because of the way they're eating.
Okay.
We need to fess up. It's really difficult changing your diet, but just this past weekend, I had an experience with someone who won't change their diet, and they're in the emergency room sick, and it's because of the doctor has told this person, you need to change your diet, you need to do this, but she consistently, like on the treadmill, she eats the food, gets sick, go to emergency, get better, eat the food again, get sick, go to emergency. And that just baffles me because, I don't like to suffer. So, and a lot of what we're experiencing in this culture, and the research is out there, our disease is diet. A lot of the diseases that we're suffering from, if not all of them, are diet related. It's diet related. The big three, cancer, diabetes, coronary heart disease, are diet related issues. That means we have control over it, and that means we're provoking it when we do certain things to our body. That means we're causing it, and that means we have the power to prevent it. That was a very, I know you look startled. I was startled because I thought my mother died from cancer. And with the knowledge that I have now, I feel like if we had this information, we could have done things to reverse it.
Because cancer, let me just assume this, it didn't even run in your family, did it?
No.
See,
no.
That's what's going on.
Yeah.
When it's hereditary, okay, but when you hear of people dying of cancer and it does not run in the family, you got to start doing some self-questioning.
But actually, there's a doctor, Dr. Esselstyn. He did 40 years of research out of the Cleveland Clinic, world-renowned doctor. He said less than 1% of the diseases are genetically or hereditary, less than 1%. So just because my mother had cancer doesn't mean I'll have cancer. The reason if I get cancer is because I'm duplicating her habits and I'm eating like she did, which promotes it. And so I'm at a higher risk. You know, the sins of the father are visited upon the son. It's not because the son is cursed, it's because the son is duplicating the habits of the father. So a lot of times when you see if the mother had cancer, the daughter has cancer, the granddaughter has cancer, it's because the daughter and the granddaughter are duplicating the behaviors of the mother. I know it's like we want to
empower.
Yeah, and that's the purpose. We want to empower people. You know, it's like you want to eat however you want, because this one lady told me, she said, you're gonna die of something anyway. So if you have that mindset, this conversation is not for you. But if you really want to be healthy and you want to feel better and you want to try to avoid some of these,
be energetic,
be
and have
aware.
longevity.
Exactly. Be aware. And my thing is, I'm about quality. While I'm here, you know, if I have good quality for me is I'm energized, I'm healthy, I'm not getting colds, I can do what I want, I have the range of motion to do what I want with my body.
And your skin is absolutely beautiful. Both of you all. It's got a natural.
That's the food.
A natural. A vibe.
It's the food. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not feeling like I'm having a really good. You know, I've been working, and you know, so I'm not feeling all that beautiful. But I'm telling you, the food, everything we need. You know, especially Christians. It's like and I am one. I believe in God. If why would God put us here and not give us everything we need to be healthy? That don't make sense.
And you know what? I'm gonna take it further. As hard as the slaves had, they didn't have all these diseases. They just died of a hard life.
Exactly.
You know, the lifespan of a slave may have been 40 to 45, but it was because of the circumstances of living.
They say a lot of the diseases that we're experiencing now was at the turn of the century, at the early 1900s. There's this book out called The Mucusless Diet, and in that book, the claims is that every disease known to man is the result of his diet.
Yeah.
That's one of the claims. Now, I'm not a doctor or a medical professional, but based on the research that I've been looking at, and even with Dr. Esselstyn out of Cleveland, the Cleveland Clinic, he did a video called Forks Over Knives. And he basically said that the research shows that in nations where they ate more meat, the coronary heart disease, diabetes, and cancer went up. When they didn't, it went down. When they did, it went up. And it was all over the nation, all over the world. It didn't matter which country. In the African nations, in nations where meat is more of a novelty, they had fewer instances of the big three, the diabetes, coronary heart disease, and cancer. And then in nations where they ate more meat, it went up.
Wow. We're going to take a commercial break because we're talking about eating healthy. And Jungle Juice, the owner of Jungle Juice Bar, they are here, and they've got some healthy food with flavor. So stay here. It's Adra Young with the Cooks and Books Show on Urban Nation Radio. We're going to take a quick commercial break.
World, you're now rocking with Professor Parabis. Tune in every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on www.urbannationradio.com. It's going down, Cram Session Radio. Alright, let's go. Hey young world, this is Cram Session Radio. Back through your smartphone, satellite, stereo, bowtie swag, plus sophisticated through Urban Nation Radio. We worldwide syndicated and we going right like nothing's left. It's all about hip-hop, economics, and academic success like magnifiers with the zoom in. There's a jewel every week to motivate you. All you gotta do is tune in. Let's put our brains together, aims together, and see what kind of goals we can attain together. And thanks for the listening. And I proudly approve this message, Professor Parabis. Let's get it in. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cram Session. Yeah, it's the Cram Session. Hey, it's the cram session.
And we're back live with the Cooks and Books show. And I have Jungle Juice Bar in the house. And we were just talking about great foods. And they're going to introduce us to some healthy foods with flavor. Because, you know, the myth or the stereotypical connotation that comes with eating healthy foods is that they don't have flavor. So let's talk about what we or Jungle Juice Bar brought in for us today. Starting with these onion rings, and I did taste them during the commercial break, and they are just simply delicious.
All right. What I was saying, you know, one of our models is that you don't have to sacrifice taste to eat healthy. So we really work hard to make sure whatever we prepare is good. You know, I grew up on a Southern diet. I like flavor. I don't give up my flavor to eat healthy. I really make sure my food is flavorful. And same with Sarita. We have husbands who like to eat good food. They want the food to taste good. So like with those onion rings that you just tried, they're not baked or fried, they're dehydrated. So of course you don't get all the grease and the fat that you get with the fried onion rings. And when you prepare it under 118 degrees in the dehydrator, it extracts the moisture from it, but it retains the nutrients. So it's like eating a raw onion. And then we bread it with using a flax seed mixture and herbs and spices. So you have a crust on it, and it still has the flavor and a seasoning, but it's alive. So it's like eating alive fruits and vegetables instead of frying it. And you kill all the enzymes when you fry or you bake it over 118 degrees. And the same with our kale chips. Those are really, really popular. You want to talk more about the kale chips?
So we have a variety of different flavors of our kale chips. We have the original, but we brought here with us today the garlic, which is one of our popular flavors. We also have sweet barbecue. We have hot and spicy, and I'm missing one more.
Hickory smoked.
Hickory smoked. Mm-hmm. Yes. So what do you think about the garlic?
They taste great. I would eat those over chips because they taste good, and the fact that there's good for me,
it's good for you. That's the thing.
That's a plus.
Yeah.
Okay, and we've got cheesecake, is it?
Yes, cheesecake.
What makes this cheesecake distinctive from a standard cheesecake that you may buy from a store?
No milk, no
milk?
Butter, no sugar.
You got to be kidding me.
I am not kidding.
But it tastes like it's there. You gotta taste it. Try it. Just try a little.
Okay.
Put your strawberry sauce over it.
I most certainly am.
Mm-hmm. And after you try it, then I'll tell you what the base is. You'll be pleasantly surprised, I believe.
I promise you won't guess what the base is.
Is it coconut?
It has coconut in it, but the base is cashews.
Oh my goodness, this is most amazing.
And it's sweetened with like apple juice and raw organic agave. And so you still get the sweet flavor, but you don't have some of the ingredients that we struggle with, particularly, it's a lower glycemic level, but it's still sweet.
I have two twin nephews, and I will never forget this Thanksgiving, ladies, because they cannot digest dairy. And because they couldn't digest dairy, like your relatives, they had to look at the cake and they had to look at the sweet potato pie. And I just remember one of my babies saying, just meat and greens, no sweets.
For the holidays.
So I'm thinking for their birthday, I've got to get my nephews some good vegan treats. That is definitely on the list. I definitely will be in June taking that to Indianapolis in a cooler.
Yeah.
They need to have that.
We have key lime pie, we have apple pie, we not only the cheesecake, we also have carrot cake. So we have brownies, a raw brownie, and all of them are vegan and they're live as well, raw. When you say raw, sometimes people think about sushi. So somebody told me say live food. So that means that all the enzymes haven't been disturbed or killed and all the nutrients are retained.
and then they digest through your body and they're alive,
Exactly.
and they need to be. Help me out here, because you guys are educating me. They need to be alive when you consume them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, you want it like we're live beings. Our cells are alive, so you want to eat more as much live food as possible. That's why fruits and vegetables are so important, and that's what a lot of the problems are in our diet or with our health. We're not getting enough live food.
Okay. So what your juices? I was there one time, and I mixed up something with at least 3 fruits. Now, who came up with the smoothie concept? Was it the two of you all that came up with the line or the menu for the smoothie concepts, or was that you, or
You
was
know,
that you, Sarita?
we came up with some of them together, and then after I had been juicing for so long, after a while you get tired of carrot and apple.
Okay.
And I told you I don't like to suffer. I like flavor. I like to enjoy my food as well as be invigorated by it. So once I started juicing, and after doing carrot for so long and doing apple for so long, I wanted to do a variety of flavors. So I just started mixing up various combinations, and our tagline is "Juices Gone Wild." So you can create your own, or you can come up with get one of our combinations, and there's no rule. And according to some of the experts in the field, if it's juiced, people talk about food combining. If it's juiced, that's not an issue. You can combine whatever flavor. So if you want a broccoli juice, if you want cabbage juice, if you want cauliflower or strawberry banana, you can get it juiced at Jungle Juice Bar.
I'm just curious, how would broccoli juice taste? Or could you all tell me, mixed with something, would I be able to tell that it's in there?
No.
If you put the right combination together, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what about a potato?
Some people do. You would blend it. You don't get much juice from a potato, so that would have to go in a smoothie. But again, you got the live potato. There are recipes with sweet potato is a more popular one, but you could do a white potato, but you can blend it, and it would have the texture of a smoothie, because like a banana, you don't get much juice from those type of produce.
I'm curious. Cabbage juice, ladies?
Oh yeah.
Have you had it in a
juice.
combination where it's good?
You do. You can mix it with apple, but I do cabbage juice straight. And cabbage juice is one of those ingredients that's supposed to be really good for ulcers and what's the thing with stomachs? If you have stomach ulcers, it's good for the digestive tract. So actually, cabbage juice is pretty popular and well known to people get that.
What's one of your signature juices?
Grape lemon.
Yeah.
Grape lemon.
For
And both
sure.
of you all said that.
Grape lemon.
Yes.
That one won my 86-year-old father over. My father thought, my child has lost her mind. She gave up meat and this juice. He really didn't understand it, coming from the Southern diet. And I would make certain foods and he wouldn't really try it. And so I did a grape lemon drink for him one day and said, "Here, just try it. It's just grape juice with a little lemon." And he was like, "I guess grapes are safe." He tasted it. And after tasting that drink, I won his heart. Now, whatever I give him, I won't even be there. He'll be at the juice bar, and I might talk to my niece, and I'll say, "Give Daddy our new one now. We're doing coconut water and cucumber juice. We're calling it the alkalizer, and that's supposed to help hydrate you. It's good for your skin. It's good. It has vitamin C. It helps to, it has minerals and things like that. And I know with him struggling with the diet, possibly he's like borderline diabetic, so I told her to give him that because it helps to balance the blood sugar levels. And he just drank it. He didn't even question it. I said, "Did he resist it all?" She said, "No, he drank it." He said, "It's not as good as my grape lemon, but it was okay." So
Okay. Well, ladies, this interview has come to an end, but I want you to stick around so we can taste more and talk more, because I've got to get to my next guest. But give everybody your phone number, your address, and your website.
Okay. We are located at 14929 Charlevoix in Grosse Pointe Park. Our website is www.jjbmich.com, or you can call us at 313-571-3075.
Okay. Well, I'm going to thank you guys for coming on the show today. Will you come back and see me?
Of
Of
course.
course.
All right.
Thank you for having us.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you. I'm not done yet. So we're going to take a commercial break. It's Adra Young with the Cooks and Books Show. We have talked to the Ed Samir sisters. We have talked to Detroit's own Jungle Juice Bar. We're going to take a commercial break so that we can get our author on. Cooks and Books, www.urbannationradio.com. Stay here. Don't you go anywhere.